her analysis. She is one of the few people on ESPN, even though I prefer her on MSG, but she's one of the few people on ESPN who I actually listen to because she know what the heck she's talking about. She said one of the great things that she loves about the men's tournament this year is it's back to being about coaching, because when you run into these in the era of the NIL, you know, most teams are looking for players who are already developed, already established, and the big time programs are looking to the transfer portal first. But
Yep.
if you notice in this tournament, you're seeing the big name coaches, the Bill Selfs, the Rick Pitino's, that group, they are really showing that it's still about coaching at the college level, and talent is not gonna beat out is not gonna beat coaching on
Hmm.
that
Right.
level
Right.
as it should be. Wish you could say that on the NBA level, but unfortunately, that's not really the case. But on the NCAA, and that's what's made the tournament really good,
Hmm.
because you notice these big coaches in these games. You're seeing the difference. You're really seeing the difference. Dylan, yes, Pierre. Dylan Mitchell is the truth. If Caleb Wilson is healthy, they don't lose in the first round. You could say that. I mean, listen, um, Hubert did a very good job at North Carolina. But like, this is like the second year in a row where they didn't at least get to the Sweet 16. You know that doesn't fly in North Carolina.
Right.
It just don't. That program does not allow that.
Right.
I'm scared of Duke.
We should be. That's the number one team in the country.
Don't worry. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry
But
about it.
but
Don't worry
I'm
about
but
it.
I'm telling you,
We got
if
that.
if anybody's gonna be ready, it is the St. John's Red
It's
Storm,
going to be St. John's,
because
and I honestly think
that's
that.
gonna be a much closer game than people think it's gonna be.
Oh yeah, because the Johnnies are going to infiltrate Washington.
Oh, that's gonna be crazy.
Mm.
There's gonna be nothing to say.
I
St.
almost
John's is
want to
taking
take it.
over half that arena.
I almost want to take an Amtrak down there. I almost want to take an Amtrak down there. It's going to be crazy. If I don't take an Amtrak down there, I might just go watch it at Corner because they'll be playing it at Corner.
I'm sure. But that's going to be an amazing game on this coming
My
Friday.
Huskies and Caribbean. We gonna have something to say about that, and we got to
See,
run that. We got to run that back with St. John's. I ain't like the way that the
You
big.
didn't like the way it ended?
We got to run that back. Got to
Did,
run that back.
didn't like that one?
Nah.
NCAA tournament coming up, men's tournament, uh, just to get you set Thursday night. Texas and Purdue. Number 2 Purdue versus number 11 Texas. A surprise entrant into the Sweet 16. Thursday
Jesus.
Thursday night. Iowa, Nebraska, also Thursday night. Arkansas versus number 1 overall Arizona,
Ugh.
which is going to be fun.
Ugh.
Like, we got some good games coming up this weekend.
Them Arizona
And
boys.
Illinois, Houston will round out Thursday. And then the Friday portion of the Sweet 16, highlighted from DC at 7:10 p.m. St. John's Duke. At 7 o'clock, Alabama, Michigan will follow.
Then we get killed by Duke this year.
Did we? I don't remember.
I think we got hit by Duke this year, yo. Was it Duke? Because they do a lot of those.
The interconference games.
Yeah, they do a lot of that now, yo. Like the way they build those schedules, they do a lot of that now. And I
I'm
know
really
many.
sad. I'm sad that they stopped that ACC Big East challenge they used to have. I'm
That was
really
nice.
sad yeah, that was a nice little situation. But they should go back to that. But
Um,
Michigan State, UConn
I mean, they're
on
not gonna go
Friday,
back to that. Most of the Big East
and
teams left and went to the ACC. Well, you kidding
and
me? Right?
Tennessee, Iowa State round out the Sweet 16 on Friday. So that's what we'll be looking at. As we got 8 really good basketball games Thursday and Friday, 8 really good ones, and Duke St. John's is going to be a lot of fun. It's the East region, the Midwest, Alabama, Michigan, Michigan State, UConn. We'll be rooting for the team out of stores, the UConn Huskies,
I want to
who are
beat Duke
number
so
2
bad,
seed.
yo. Like, yo, I want to beat Duke so bad.
Of course you do.
Yo, yo, I'm almost satisfied if we beat Duke. I can't even hold you. I'm almost satisfied. Is Duke the 1 seed?
Duke is the one in the East. Yes, Arizona is the number one overall, and Duke is the one in the East.
And I honestly,
Oh, we
Oh,
lost you for a second, L.
he jumped in the pool.
He jumped in the pool. We lost L. He jumped in the pool. But it's definitely going to be something going on as far as that goes. Pierre says if you can keep Elijah Evans quiet, Duke is going to be in trouble. I agree, and so you know Patino's going to have a game plan for that. Listen, defensively, Patino is one of the most prepared coaches I've ever seen ever. Period. So I am looking forward to that Rick Pitino on that day. Yeah, no. He said St. John's didn't play Duke this year. St. John's hasn't played Duke, so this will be the first time this season. St. John's didn't play Duke this year, so that'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun to see as far as that goes. Oh, I agree, Pierre. If St. John's beats Duke, St. John's is going to Final Four. No argument here. If St. John's beats Duke, St. John's is going to the Final Four. I will go out. I will join you out on that limb. But they got to beat Duke. They got to beat Duke. They beat Duke. They're going to the Final Four. I absolutely agree with that. And what kind of craziness would that be for St. John's to be in the Final Four and the Knicks to be in the NBA Finals in the same season? That would be absolutely crazy. New York would be crazy. It would be absolutely nuts in New York City. But I hope L comes back as we transition. That is our NCAA report as we transition now to the world of World Wrestling Entertainment, where if you're keeping score at home, since we've been gifted with this wonderful Sunday night main event at WrestleMania of CM Punk versus Roman Reigns, there have now been 5 main event promo segments. 4 with Reigns actually there, 1 without. No, 3 with Reigns there. 2 without, 1 with his cousins there in his place. Last night with him and his cousins. And if you're scoring at home, I've got to say, Reigns is up 4-1.
Yes, he is.
Reigns is up 4-1.
Yes, he is.
I really wish J-Mac was here because he hates Roman Reigns and he loves CM Punk, but I'm being objective. Reigns is up 4-1. I'm sorry.
You cannot fight and this is the part of the creative team of WWE that I love. Because when you see the momentum happening and you get a feeling for what's going on without any dirt sheet, without any rumors, that you just see subtle things just keep on happening. Now, all of a sudden, when have we ever seen Jay
is calling shots.
give Roman a command?
Jay called the shot last night.
Jay called the kill shot. Called him by his real name. Said, Joe,
you know what you got to do. Get him. You know what to do.
He called that man Joe. And it was like, what was that movie? Winter Soldier? When they read off the stuff?
Yeah.
When he said it, he took that chunk out of his head.
Pierre says Jimmy is great and needs a solo push. Jimmy doesn't want to be a solo wrestler, though. That's the thing. Jimmy doesn't want to be a solo wrestler.
If Jimmy wanted to be a solo wrestler, he got turned down on the DUI. That's the issue. Sorry, y'all.
Well, hopefully he got his life together since Trinity about to have his baby.
Phenomenal in-ring worker, phenomenal on the mic.
Indeed.
But we need you to have a passport that works, sir. Because we go to Canada often.
Right. You can't go.
You go to AAA. Like, we need your passport to work.
You need it. You gotta need it. You gotta need it.
That's Jimmy's issue. So
Jimmy gotta lay off the jack.
For real. But yeah, it was great. Like you could just see them, they're morphing back into the bloodline.
Yes, slowly but surely.
The original.
I will give them, and I saw that last night when Jimmy called that shot, and I said, this is tremendous long-term storytelling right here.
Yeah. I'm starting to get a feeling. Now, this is just me and my George's Dream booking because I saw an interview with Jacob
Yeah, Pierre,
Fatu.
he did start the assault. He hit Punk first. True.
I saw an interview with Jacob Fatu on YouTube, and he was like, he said they asked him something about who had the best entrance music, and he was like, this guy, this guy. He said I would say Phil, but Phil violated the family, and he answered to my cousins now, but he ain't answered to me yet, and he still got to answer to Solo. So I was like,
The storytelling, is top notch right now.
Sunday. Here's here's what I think. Is WrestleMania is not ending with one of those resounding round of applauses.
We not getting the pyro and the jets flying over at the end. We not getting that.
You about to see sliced pineapples, roasted pig,
It's
luau.
gonna be a luau.
Ain't gonna be nothing but scarves, lays. Oh,
Lays everywhere. The Ulafala coming back out.
it's gonna be Ulafalas all. Oh, yo, I feel like they're all gonna roll out and just beat CM Punk because it's supposed to be taking a break after WrestleMania. I think they're just gonna roll
They're
out
gonna
and beat 'em
decimate
all.
them,
Yeah,
bloody them up real bad.
I don't think it's gonna be anything about them joining together, nothing like that.
No,
Because they got to be on
it's
two
gonna be
separate shows.
it's gonna be a Samoan heritage thing.
It
So
that's just
with
my
that,
feeling. I'm not saying that's fact, but
well,
when he said that in that interview,
let's go with your idea and
okay,
let's take it a little step further into this long term storytelling idea. Let's go back 3 years
okay,
to the original setup where it was supposed to be Roman and Rock, and Cody screwed it up because he had to finish his story and all that
Cody
nonsense.
Crybabies.
Cody Crybabies. But if you recall, at the press conference, which ironically was in Vegas,
Mm-hmm.
The Rock put the entire bloodline on the board. Does the final boss make an appearance?
They're saying now this is like baseless stuff because the interview, well, not interview, but the scene with LA Knight and the Usos was strategically placed in front of a truck, and on the truck was The Rock, and they don't do stuff by accident in the WWE.
No. Everything with Triple H is calculated.
Everything is calculated. So this
and planned down to the T.
This interaction is going on with The Rock right there, raised eyebrow and everything, overseeing everything. It wouldn't surprise me at all. It would. I'm telling you.
Because again, if you go back further, more long-term storytelling, he still has heat with Punk from his first stint in the company.
Like I can see this going as far as, because remind you, for all purposes, what's her name? Naomi already had the baby. I can see her coming out and beating down AJ. They whole family is coming out.
Naomi coming out and beating up AJ Lee.
I have a feeling their whole family is gonna come out.
It's a Samoan takeover
and send Phil and his family on vacation for a little bit. And it's
Pierre says Jacob is joining the Usos and Roman. So can you imagine Jacob, Solo, and the MFTs joining up with the Usos and Roman? That would be crazy.
I don't think it's gonna be a collective thing because right now they're starting to begin. The MFTs are beginning to break apart now. That's why they took the titles off them. And then one of the guys is about to link up with what up, Dante? One of the guys is about to link up with Shinsuke. Because somebody told me that Shinsuke and Tamatonga, the one that that guy.
Tamatonga.
There used to be something in NJ in the
New Japan.
Japanese joint.
New
Yeah, New
Japan.
Japan. And they're gonna get that back together because the third member of the group is Lyra Valkyria's boyfriend or husband or something like that. Some dude named Evil, and he's
Evil.
supposed to come over.
He's coming over.
Yeah, so it's like that's just my feeling. Like the way they had to roll out all them people for Cody to beat Roman. I feel like it's gonna be a Samoan version of that Sunday night.
And Punk's gonna have to go through the gauntlet, like Cody was gonna have to go through the gauntlet.
If he does it, he's a company guy, and I appreciate him.
I could see it happening. I think Punk's always been, for all of the talk about Punk and all of the craziness, the truth is Punk has always been a company guy.
Yep.
And I need people to really understand that, because there are still people who are still salty about him leaving 10 years ago and all this other stuff. But the reality is, at that point he walked away out of frustration, not because he wasn't a company guy. Because at the end of the day, when he talked on Colt Cabana about putting over Brock and then asking the question, okay, Brock's going over, that's great. Who's gonna be here Monday?
Right.
Well, you are. Because he was trying to make a point to them.
Right.
It wasn't that he wasn't down to do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It was simply like you putting too much stock in this part-timer. And that's the issue. And I do find it ironic that he has this huge issue with part-timers when his wife is the new queen of the part-timers. Just saying.
Roman called him out on it too.
And it was accurate.
Yep.
Just saying. When Roman said it, I said, that's the truth.
That's the truth.
This is why Roman is up 4-1 in the promo battle.
Trying to tell you. Cooking.
He is.
Cooking.
Listen, Roman is on another stratosphere right now in the promo battle.
Money time.
Yes.
You know when it's money time, man.
And listen, it's not, and I mean, he's not killing Phil, but he's definitely winning the promo battle. Because Phil is holding his own.
Yeah.
But Roman is he's just here right now. He's here. And I mean that somebody said on TikTok today, he said the crowd was firmly with CM Punk until Roman came out.
Yep. Cause there's levels, man. There's just levels to this thing. Like, it's the same thing when
Overseer, some of Roman's best promo work. Absolutely.
It's the same thing when Punk won the belt off Jay. Yeah, they were yeeting, but as soon as Punk's music hit,
it was called the personality.
Yeeting was over.
Yeah,
like,
it was called the
personality. You know what we doing? Like, So, I mean,
but last night for him to get powerbombed through the table and everybody's chanting one more time, I'm like, yo, talk about turning on Punk. Ooh, this crowd is rough.
You can't go to Chicago every week, CM Punk. I'm sorry.
No, sir.
And then next week's the Garden too.
Next week's going to be nuts because the Garden on the road to WrestleMania, having been to a number of those shows growing up, when they're on the road to WrestleMania, it's always nuts. So I know the Garden is going to be nuts next week.
It's going to be bananas, and I'm pretty sure that Trick is going to make an appearance on Raw.
Got to
as well.
Got to. It's the Garden.
It's going to be.
You got Triple A. If Triple A is smart, you got to put all your money at the Garden. It's the Garden. That's home.
Yeah.
That's literally home court.
Yep.
So the Garden. I don't care where WWE goes in the world. Madison Square Garden. Vince used to say it. The Garden is home.
Yep.
So you gotta come up big. As many shows they've done at the Barclays lately, everybody knows the Garden shows are still special.
Yep.
Still special.
Something different in there when them shows start, man. Something different. It's dope.
And this is why I tell people all the time, the Garden is not just the mecca of basketball. It's just the mecca.
Yeah.
The Garden is the premier arena in the world. Period. I have to give those Boston fans credit. They booed Bailey when she mentioned the Garden. Listen, did you see that Heyman had on a New York Yankee tie? I'm like, yo, if this ain't A1 heel work right here, If this
People,
ain't A1 heel, I looked at, I was like, Heyman came out. I said, this dude is, I didn't say dude. I said the N word. I said, this
yeah.
nigga is wearing a New York Yankee tie. And I just bust out laughing. I was like, this is genius. This is
And
absolute.
I didn't notice it the first go round, but when he came out for the Seth promo, I was like, dude, like I remember my first mixtape I was promoting on Berkeley's campus in Boston. I promise you, I had my blue Yankee on.
Oh, no. What was you,
I
crazy?
took it off within 5 minutes.
I'm about to say, you wasn't trying to sell no records.
I took that junk off so fast. Then people was looking at me. I was like, oh,
Right.
no. I just forgot. And like, no. Oh, this guy wearing a tie? Is he crazy?
Listen, I went to Boston to preach. And I normally wear a Yankee cap everywhere.
Yeah.
Didn't wear it that weekend. I wanted to make it to the church. No, I'm not going to Boston with a No!
Never.
Not going. I'm not repping New York at all by myself in Boston.
Right.
If I got a group of people, that's different. But
Right.
I'm not repping New York by myself in Boston.
Right.
Not the hated New York teams. You go to Boston, you don't wear no Giant stuff, you don't wear no Knicks stuff, and you definitely don't wear no Yankee stuff. You might be able to get away with Jet stuff because the Patriots killed the Jets.
Right.
So they don't really care.
Not no Yankee stuff.
No Yankee stuff, no Giant stuff because Tom Brady lost to Eli twice.
Yep.
And no Knicks stuff because that's one of the biggest rivalries in the NBA history. No New York Rangers stuff because Rangers and Bruins is a problem.
Yep.
No New York Mets stuff. 1986. Don't need to say no more.
Right.
Those 5 teams, you don't wear none of that stuff in Boston if you want to survive.
I went hatless for the rest of the day.
Right. You have to. You absolutely have to.
No way.
Dante said, I said it last year as John Cena beat Cody. We're in the year of the heel. There will be a turn at Mania. I think so too. And, it's got to be said. Is Cody not doing what I'm not Cody. Is Randy not doing what we wish John Cena did with his heel turn?
But John's not equipped to do it. John don't got 09 Randy in him.
True, but I'm just talking about the energy that came with it.
He don't got it.
But I wish he would have found it. It would have made the turn so much. But I think we all agree, because you and I said it. I don't care what Randy does. He is at a point in his career where he will never be a heel again.
Never.
He has pulled out every heel string in the book the last 3-4 weeks. And they are cheering him louder.
He made Cody bleed on his merch to the point where they changed his merch and put the blood on the shirt.
On the shirt.
And they sold the shirt. While he's choking out Cardona.
Right, Pierre, twice.
While he's choking out Cardona, twice. Somebody has a sign behind him. Thank you, 09 Randy Orton. Right, it's just strategically right behind. Like, what are we doing? Like, there's nothing like it. Like,
the Viper is back, and we love it.
We love it.
The Viper is back, and we love it.
Fighting it. He was like, "This wasn't supposed to be you. This was supposed to be
Drew." Right? He tried to tell Cody, like, this ain't about our friendship at this point. I love you, but I gotta get 15.
I gotta get that belt.
I gotta get 15.
This wasn't supposed to be you, bro. He's like, nah, Cody, be yourself. Like, all right.
That's what you want.
So
now Randy is back.
Cody's supposed to be on Pat McAfee tomorrow.
Is it tomorrow?
That's his first interview since he got beat up.
Bludgeoned and beaten. Speaking of bludgeoning and beating, I never thought I'd even utter these words that I'm about to say out of my mouth. But I love Brock Lesnar's work so far with Obafemi. I love it. Brock is giving back big time. And it's good for business. It is so good for business. Brock is giving back big time right now. I love it.
And this is another reason why you can't listen to the internet. Because people were talking about on his way to retirement, Brock doesn't want to lose another match. What?
These are people who don't know how
No.
wrestling works. They
No.
truly don't know how this business works. On your way out is when you give back the most.
This man.
Even Cena, in the midst of his retirement tour, you know how many matches he dropped on the
Yeah.
way out?
Yeah. The way Brock sold that clothesline, I was like, "Dad, you kind of Shawn Michaels that clothesline. You kind of
He did oversold it. But it was necessary because again, even down to the way that he played it, and again, great camera shooting. Listen, I will give Triple H this. His direction in terms of leading that camera team,
Yeah.
those shots are perfect.
Perfect.
You saw the fear in Brock's face, like he didn't know what he had just encountered. Like Paul's promo set it up perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
He surprised us last week, and he was distracted with Seth Rollins. Well, this week there was no distraction.
Right.
So now going up the ramp, Brock is looking at this dude like, yeah, I got to save face, but who the heck is this guy? And he sold it.
Yeah.
He sold it. I said, Brock is doing some of his best work ever right now.
Best work. So that's going to lead to a great match.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to Brock Oba.
It's gonna be,
and I'm looking forward. And for those that I saw some people online that said, yeah, Brock is doing all of this, but Brock's gonna go over. Oba's going over. He's there. This match is to build over Femi as the next monster.
Yep. Winning does nothing for Brock Lesnar.
Nothing at all.
And losing
nothing at all.
Losing doesn't hurt him one bit.
Losing, he's still the beast.
Yep. Losing doesn't hurt him one bit.
And all anybody's going to say is he lost to a stronger, younger guy.
Yep.
Which at this point, he's supposed to. Y'all act like Brock is 27 still. Brock's almost 50, y'all.
Yeah, he's almost 50.
Brock's almost 50. So the new 27-year-old, over what, 26 or 27, around there.
Yeah.
The new 27-year-old phenom, who happens to be a big black Nigerian, it's his time now.
Yep. Absolutely.
And Brock is going to do what Undertaker did for Brock. Put him over.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's supposed to happen.
That's what's supposed to happen. I'm looking forward to it. As it builds up more, everything is starting to make more sense.
It took a while. I ain't gonna front. I think we all were looking at Triple H early in the year like, what are you doing, sir?
That's
what
why
are you doing?
That's why I hate that there's only 2 PLEs before WrestleMania. Because like that, it gives so much time for stuff to happen between the special events. So
right.
I don't know. They gotta pop in the Saturday night's main event or something in between.
Saturday night's main event is, I believe, returning in. I think I saw it because I was looking for it yesterday. I think it's returning in May.
Okay.
So they gave it all a rest for this period. I guess I get it, to build to Mania because. Listen, the ticket sales have been lackluster. It just is what it is. But that's the danger of going back to the same city 2 years in a row.
Right.
WrestleMania is a traveling event. And they did Vegas last year, and they wanted to capitalize on the money because it was the biggest grossing WrestleMania ever. That's wonderful, but TKO got greedy.
Yep.
And it wasn't, they should have stuck with New Orleans. New Orleans was excited for it.
Yep.
New Orleans was excited for it. They should have stayed with New Orleans. And especially, this is not the year to have a low-grossing WrestleMania, especially when you go into Saudi next year. Because you're not even going to be in North America next year.
Well, I don't know if they could go to Saudi.
Well, yeah, with this war going on, nobody's going over there.
Right.
So I hope there's a pivot plan in place. Maybe they give it to New Orleans for next year.
Right.
If they can't go to Saudi. But I wouldn't be trying to go to Saudi, to be honest with you. I'm barely trying to go to Mexico for my birthday, which I was planning to do in September. But right now, I'm like, I don't know. The cartels is kidnapping us. I don't know about this right now. I don't want them to say Brooklyn pastor kidnapped and killed, and I'm on the news. And y'all get on this show like, we remember Bishop D'Lo.
We remember you, Bishop.
Like, I don't want that. I don't need that. My family don't need that. My kids don't need that.
Oh, God.
Brock Loeb's over for me. Pierre, he's putting him over. I 100% concur. He's not doing all of this to not. What you're gonna have is Brock's gonna get his lick back at the Garden next week.
Yeah,
Because you got to give Brock one leading
you gotta
into
give
Mania.
you gotta give him something.
You got to give, because it can't be a squash.
Right.
Because again, you're still building Mania.
Right.
And right now Oba looks dominant. So Brock has to have a comeback before Mania.
Right.
But
Right.
Oba goes over at Mania.
Absolutely.
Oba goes over at Mania. Will
Absolutely.
Oba be the next Heyman guy? I don't think that Oba needs Heyman.
Oba doesn't.
Yeah, I don't think Oba. That's a great question, Noah, because he usually does get the big monsters. But I don't think Oba's got this charisma in him that's just. This is terrible. But listen, the black superstars don't really need that much help with mic work. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. This is the reason why you are gonna laugh when I say this. The reason why Apollo Crews couldn't get over is because he's the only black dude I've ever seen in the WWE that was terrible on the mic. I knew you were gonna laugh, but think about it. It's a true statement.
He's pretty bad.
He's terrible. Bad. He's terrible.
He's TNA bad on the mic.
Right.
Yeah, he's bad on the mic. Poor kid.
Think about it. As long as we've all been watching pro wrestling, name me one other black wrestler who was terrible on the mic other than Apollo. Apollo Crews was the worst.
Ricochet.
Oh, yeah, Ricochet is black. But I don't really think they let Ricochet talk enough in WWE.
Man, he's bad.
But I haven't really watched him in AEW. He's bad in AEW?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can believe that. I just feel like Ricochet doesn't have enough personality. He leans too much into the white side of his family.
That part too.
I'm talking about us full-blooded folks. Kofi is great on the mic. Woods is great on the mic. Big E is good on the mic.
Outstanding.
You know, these guys are mic. Listen, they made the New Day with catchphrases. It wasn't even their in-ring work. It was their mic work that got New Day over. And all three of them were fantastic in-ring workers. But it was their mic work that got New Day over.
Oh, funny story.
We see what Trick does. We see what Mello can do. Like, it's different.
The New Day, the original New Day theme with the choir.
Yeah.
That was recorded here in Connecticut, right down the street from my house. There's a bunch of choir singers from New Haven, Connecticut.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
that's
right
a
here.
big trivia question there.
Yeah.
What did Dante say? Dante said, "I think it would be interference more than Oba going." No, I don't think that. I think that's gonna be. I think Oba goes over clean.
Yeah, he has to go over clean.
I think Oba goes over clean. Yeah.
Because it makes him look weak if somebody interferes for him to win.
And quite honestly, realistically, who's getting in between the two of them?
Right. To help.
Either of them. Like,
right.
Who's getting in between? Like,
right.
I don't. I hear what you're saying, and I think that's part of us in the back of our minds as black men who watch wrestling,
knowing that
we usually get the short end of the stick where it comes to stuff like this. And in the Vince age, it was always like that. But I'm hoping things are different. I'm hoping we're right, and that Oba will go over clean.
This is the big payback for all the black champs that lost.
Listen, you saw what Kofi tweeted after the powerbomb last week. My man tweeted, "Avenge us,
avenge us all."
Listen,
he got all three of them too.
Because Brock has put down some of the best we got.
Lashley, E, and Kofi. He got all three of them.
He got them all. Yep.
Let me get that belt back off you, Playboy.
Oh, so that's gonna be very, very interesting to see. Gunther, no.
Gunther, and so the Gunther situation is funny because Gunther is supposed to be in a program with Rey Mysterio, but Rey Mysterio's hurt.
He's injured. Yep.
So Gunther's in catering right now. They don't know what to do with him right now. So I guess they're holding out hope that Rey Mysterio pops back up and they can still run the match with him. But that's where Gunther is at right now. Because they got to keep because of course he's gonna win.
Yeah, they've got to keep his streak of being the legend killer, the new legend killer, the legend retirer.
And they can't put him in with nobody new because if you put him in with anybody new, the new person's gonna have to win.
Right, and you're gonna kill the gimmick.
Right. So
you're gonna kill the gimmick. So he's got to beat the old guys.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's why, the thing with Dragon Lee in the middle was supposed to be the setup. That's why it ended essentially in a scrum. It was
Yeah.
supposed to be the setup for the Rey Mysterio situation, but
Yep.
again, with Rey hurt, this is what we're looking at,
Here we are.
unfortunately. So this is where we are in the landscape, but things are heating up on the road to WrestleMania. We're looking forward to some great things. Next Monday's Raw live from
The
Madison Square
baddies have
Garden.
finally formed. Jade's baddies have finally formed.
It took forever.
It took forever because of injury.
Yep.
Finally, there you go.
Did you
There it
B
is.
Fab and Meechin? There it is. Yep.
The baddies are finally formed. B-Fab and Meechin. It was supposed to be B-Fab and Jada Parker, which I'm upset about, but we just got to move on and just keep hope alive.
I'm trying to figure out why they continue to hold Jada Parker back in NXT. I mean,
I think they're about to give her the NXT rocket because she hasn't.
right? She hasn't really had that. But if anybody in that women's division down there is main roster ready, it's her.
Yeah, yeah. But
She's absolutely main roster ready.
They have there's a log jam.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say the women's division period is stacked. Like
Yeah,
it just don't even make no sense. Like you have to fight your way onto the main roster because everybody in the main roster is ridiculous. And then Kiana James comes out of nowhere this year,
right?
and she put herself in the picture, and it's like, oh, like she made noise at Royal Rumble and has been killing ever since. So I had no, I thought she was just a pretty face for a long time. This chick is a monster in the ring.
Tough.
Yeah.
Really tough, yo. Tough. And they got some plan B situations going on now because Gargano showed up at NXT tonight.
Yep.
And he won. So he's gonna be at the Garden next week for NXT. And the Americanos, Tyler Bate and the Bruiserweight, the masked up dudes, they're gonna be facing it's the new faction called the Birthright. They're all kids of the wrestlers.
Those basically Legacy 2.0.
Yeah. Yeah. Santino Morella's daughter, Fit Finley's son, and the British dude. Not Bad News British. Gosh, what's his name? War Games, that guy. Regal's son, yes. Yes, that's a faction. It's a cool idea.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. When done right, it is. Like Evolution was a great idea when it was done right. Evolution was done perfectly.
Great idea.
Pierre said Meechin isn't bad. She's excellent in the ring.
No,
but
I like Meechin.
True, but the baddies aren't really there to be in ring more than anything else. They're there to kind of be the muscle, so to speak, for somebody who really doesn't need any muscle. But that's what makes heels.
She's a good worker.
Right, but she is absolutely a good worker. What we got? Does Jade need the belt? At this point in her career in the E, yes. Only because up until this point they hadn't really given her any real feuds, because we all know that the feud that was supposed to happen this year didn't because Bianca's on the shelf.
Right.
So with that, because you got to remember this Bianca Jade and Trinity thing was supposed to keep going for a while.
Yeah.
And Bianca gets hurt, Trinity gets pregnant, and Jade is left there. So what do you do with Jade when the only two people who were really, really ready main roster wise on SmackDown to oppose her are both down?
Yeah.
And this is why you got Rhea winning the Chamber, so that she could have a formidable opponent at Mania.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And that's why people saying, "Oh, well, Rhea's gonna win." Don't bank on that.
Yeah.
Because Rhea is another one who can afford to lose that match and it not hurt her.
Now that's the one, Dante, where you might see some interference.
Yeah. You're gonna see it. The baddies are gonna definitely interfere.
That's the one right there where you
baddies
see
are gonna
the interference for Jade for Jade to retain. Like, because it leaves Rhea looking strong because they had to cheat to beat her and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the one where you're gonna see the interference, in my opinion.
In my fantasy booking, Jade retains through interference by the baddies. and then Bianca shows up at the end, and there's a stare down.
I hope she's okay, man. Oh,
Well, she got the surgery, so
okay.
she's on the road to recovery. Because the holdup was, remember, she got hurt before at last year's WrestleMania. She
Right,
got hurt at Mania last year, and she broke her knuckle. And the problem was the one set of doctors was telling her, "Oh, we could just reset it and let it heal on its own." Yeah, that didn't work.
right,
So, but they waited 9.5 months before they said, you know what, forget it, let's do surgery.
right.
So they finally did surgery in January, and they finally got it. So I'm figuring surgery was in January. It's a knuckle, rehab, things of that nature. Mid-April, she
Hmm.
should be ready.
Yeah,
Or even if she's not ready to be cleared to be in the ring, kind of like Seth Rollins, she should be ready enough to be able to make an appearance
right. That would
and
help.
set up what's next, like
That would
Seth,
help.
like what Seth is doing right now.
Yep,
Listen, what they're doing with Seth right now is brilliant. They're
yep.
keeping Seth relevant. They're keeping the whole Vision storyline relevant because everybody who is relevant to the story is out with an injury. Let's just be real. Because let's be real, Logan Paul and this other guy,
Come on,
yeah,
Theory.
he's always going. Okay, Austin Theory. I'll be nice. Logan Paul, Austin
He's a
Theory are
face, man.
they are not the Vision. As much as I hate the faction, they are not the Vision.
Nah.
Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker are the Vision. And
They
so
said Breakers. They said Breakers close.
Breaker's close. I know Seth is getting closer as well. They're still
Mhm.
trying to protect the rotator cuff just to make sure he's ready. So that match you'll probably see at SummerSlam with the two of them. But getting us ready for that now makes sense.
Right.
'Cause that way, when Breaker makes his return, we're ready to jump back into it. Does
Theory's
EO
a, Theory's a
EO
face,
turn back?
man.
What? Turn heel? No, EO's too over.
Ooh.
And if she does, where does she go? Because she's not going back to Kabuki. I can't see EO going back to the Kabuki Warriors.
She's been hiding in the shadows, and then she even spoke with Kyrie the other day. So it's like I don't know. I can't. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't think she makes a full heel turn because her star is too high right now. So maybe she flips Kyrie because we need Oscar to just keep on staying heel. Oscar's just cooking. So I don't know. I don't see the benefit in making EO heel right now.
True.
But I can see her flipping Kyrie though. I can see Oscar fighting Kyrie. I mean, Oscar fighting EO and then Kyrie interfering on EO's behalf. I can see that happening.
That's a possibility.
Yeah.
That is definitely a possibility.
Mm.
So we got a lot of crazy things that are coming up here. What did Pierre say? What's crazy about it now is that both Jade and Naomi are heels, leaving Bianca as a baby face. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The good thing about Naomi is a beloved heel, which kind of makes her a tweener technically.
Hmm.
So, you know, and everybody was definitely cheering for her on the way out. So I think automatically because she had a baby, she comes back kind of as a face.
Yeah.
Like she may have some heel tendencies that she leans into, but I think Naomi comes back as a babyface when she does return.
Right.
When she does return, but
Hmm.
that's where we are. We've had a great show tonight. We appreciate you all jumping in. To my brother Victor George Smith, thank you for jumping
Yes,
in
sir.
at the
No
last minute
problem.
as always. I knew we wanted to talk a lot of wrestling tonight, so I knew he had to get on tonight because this is one of our things. So we had to really delve into this because WWE's been cooking the last couple of weeks and we
Cooking.
ain't been on, so we needed to come on and talk about all that has transpired over the last couple of weeks as we lead on the road to WrestleMania. So again, Knicks win tonight, 121-116, move into a virtual tie for the number 2 seed. But because of the fact that they own the tiebreaker against the Celtics, they are the number 2 seed, and the Knicks essentially control their own destiny now the rest of the way. and hopefully that means looking at the Celtics, they got some tough games coming up against some contenders. The Knicks have a few as well, but for the most part, it's a light schedule, so it should be very interesting. 48 wins now for the Bakers. Lakers have come into third place in the Western Conference after Keisha and Willie wrote them off.
Keep doubting us, y'all. Keep on doubting us. We're gonna be all right.
Tesfa said, let's go Knicks. Yes, Tesfa, we won again, 7 in a row for the Knicks, very quietly, and I said this at the beginning. I know George will appreciate it. The Knicks fans, we jump out the window, not so much me, but a lot of Knicks fans jump out the window a lot. A couple of bad losses. Yes, the LA losses were bad. Yes, the loss in Oklahoma City, to Oklahoma City, while it wasn't a bad loss, it was a game that we absolutely could have and should have won. The losses to Detroit were bad, but very quietly, the Knicks are 26-7 over the last 33 games. Very quietly.
It's just the anxiousness of the time.
Yeah, they're
we're getting
and I said this
closer.
earlier. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Right.
So I'm fine. We're
getting
right
close.
where we should be
We're
right
getting
now
closer.
at this point in the
And
season.
April is close. It's about to go down.
It's about staying healthy. It's about making sure you're ready for the postseason at this point. Beat the teams in front of you and keep the momentum going. The Knicks will probably be getting Deuce back in the next 2 weeks in time for the end of the season, which adds more depth to this already ridiculously deep basketball team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you factor in now, we've been without Landry Shamet for the last 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
And the three-point shooting numbers actually went up. I don't know how that happened. You miss Jalen Brunson for a game, and Jose Alvarado steps in, and you win by 20. Like, the team is an enigma. It really is. The team is an enigma. But these are the types of things you want to see. If we have to go a long stretch in a game without Brunson, without Hart, without various key cogs, can this team sustain it? Muhammad Diawara, listen, 20-year-old 51st pick in the draft, a steal at this point. A steal at this point, and still has to develop. And people forget, this guy still has a ways to go, and we haven't even seen the kid we got stashed down in Westchester, Dink Pate. Another 6'10" wing like Diawara. That's the next generation of Wingstop already. Diawara's 20, he's 19.
19.
And Dink Pate is lighting up Westchester right now. Shout out to Tyler Kolek before we get out of here. 53 points the other night in 2 games.
He did double duty, right?
He did double duty that day. Put up 42, 11, and 7 in the G League. Then came to the Garden that night and scored 11 more points in the fourth quarter. Yeah, 53 over 2 games.
He's a hooper.
He's a hooper. He came in gunning. So, I want to see Tyler Kolek get some more minutes. But again, Alvarado's a playoff veteran. But then at the same time, Deuce is going to eat into Alvarado's minutes when Deuce comes back. So, but you like having that kind of depth at the guard position. It's like being able to say, based upon matchups, you can throw anybody out there to spell Jalen Brunson and not lose anything. So that's huge. That's huge to be able to say that. If you need some offense, you go Kolek. You need somebody who can defend the perimeter smartly. As a veteran, you got Alvarado who can pressure the ball 94 feet. You need somebody like Deuce who can get in the passing lane, make plays, and hit shots. You got Deuce. So there are options, and that makes the Knicks a very dangerous team come late April, early May. So again, thank y'all for joining us. We appreciate you joining us tonight on the Church Guys Sports Show. 4L, who was supposed to come back. I don't know what happened to him. And for everybody here, Pierre, Tesfa, Overseer Bullard, Dante, Dre Rumble, who was here very early on in the show. Sam
Rumble
Jennings.
was
here? Yeah, he was here. Doug Woodall, Bishop Doug Woodall, and all of you who are a part of what makes this show so great. We appreciate you. Again, Orange and Blue Skies. Next Tuesday, we're back at it. Again, it'll be another post game. The Knicks play again next Tuesday. I believe it's Oklahoma City next Tuesday, too. Let me just double check. I believe it's Oklahoma City next Tuesday. Next Tuesday is... Where's my Knicks schedule? Next Tuesday is No, it's Houston next Tuesday. I'm sorry, it's the Knicks
Whoa.
Rockets next Tuesday, which will be an NBC and Peacock game. Knicks play Thursday this week against the Hornets. And then, I'm sorry, Oklahoma City is Sunday, followed by the Rockets on Tuesday. So, nice, tough trip into the Midwest. Oklahoma City and then Houston on next week, Sunday and Tuesday. But Knicks should be fine. But we'll see where we are come then. But join us back here next week as we get closer to the road to WrestleMania. We'll definitely be talking about the Madison Square Garden show next week. As always, on the road to WrestleMania, there are always surprises at the Madison Square Garden show. So I'm looking for something big to happen next week. So we'll see what happens. Until then, y'all have a great night, everybody. Be good. We'll see you soon.
The Church Guys. We're live on a podcast. A Church Guys sports show. Yo, welcome to the show where the faith meets the court. Church guys repping hard, yeah, we live for the sport. From the pulpit to the bleachers, the word we endorse. Dropping dimes, preaching truth, keeping God as the source. We breaking down the play, stats, facts, and the story. Sunday to game day, all for his glory. Talking hoops, talking fields, every touchdown is shot. But we never lose sight of the faith that we got is fellowship, fire. Passion in the zone, Church Guys sports show. Yeah, you know we at home. Turn the volume up loud, let the good vibes flow. This is more than just a game, it's the way that we grow. The Church Guys. We're live on the podcast. A Church Guys sports show. The Church Guys. We're live on the podcast. A Church Guys sports show. From the locker room talk to the pews on a Sunday, we call the plays right, kingdom business on Monday. Faith on the field, spirit driving the grind. Every headline we drop got the word intertwined. We repping every team, but the banner is Christ. Breaking huddles with the gospel, yeah, we living